Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another race at Rush Racing League. Yes, it has been a while, but we are back, and we are back for the top-up version of Rush Racing League at Abu Dhabi for Division 3 due to their break week. Fell right in the middle of the Australian Grand Prix. So they are the last ones to finish off the week. And then we'll then get back to normal this weekend, where we'll have Division 1 and Division 2 all the way through Division 6 at Abu Dhabi and Melbourne. You wouldn't believe it, would you? We're going back there again. So, yes, we have Abu Dhabi tonight for Division 3, a full grid. Lovely to see, lovely to be back, and lovely to be in the comms box with the man in the McLaren in Division 6. It's Thunderbolts.
Yeah, thanks, SJ. It's really good to be back. We had the week-long break for the Australian Grand Prix, which was an interesting race to say the least. But here we are with Division 3 going right back at it in Abu Dhabi, where we've seen 5 different drivers come away with a win. And this will be the 8th race of the season. So are we going to see somebody take another win podium today, or a podium win, and bring it home for their team?
Yeah, it's been very, very interesting in Division 3, and like you said, it's heating up. It is heating up, and are we going to see a different winner this week? It's going to be interesting. We've seen a dominating performance so far this season with Plugger in the Mercedes. We've seen the Williams, obviously Daniel T and Dido wrapping up those points each week, both finishing in the top 5 each week, which is really, really good. And also we've got Boltaru as well, the new driver for Kick Sauber, and also his TP of Wifmatif, who's been on the podium and actually won his first race in Denver before the break. So that gives them a little bit of momentum going into this race and the confidence boost going into it, as it's not long away, before a couple of weeks before we then start going into another break week for silly season. So I'm sure tonight, Abu Dhabi, is going to be a great night, and it's back to full quality, which I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, quality is definitely going to be interesting. As you were saying earlier, between Williams and Mercedes, there's an 11-point difference between the two, with Mercedes on top in the constructors. The next best team after them is Red Bull, but they've got a few points to gain. They're 65 down at the moment, so we'll see with the new signing of Boltaru to kick and a strong showing of Wifmatif. I was about to say last week, but last race in Zandvoort really cemented some points for Kick. So we'll see them hopefully move up the ladder and put some pressure on the top teams.
Yeah, definitely indeed. And let's have a little bit of an insight who we've got on the grid tonight. So we've got both the Mercedes, the Plugger and Angus in the Mercs. We've then got Terence, the newcomer, and also the new appointed TP of Alpine. So congratulations to Terence, and we wish you all the best for the remainder of the season. Then we've got Boltaru in the Kick, Hennessy in the Ferrari, PST Sebi in the Visa Cash Apps. Then we've got Satsi, who's on those inters. You want to get off those inters, mate? Do not set a time, otherwise you will be in serious trouble. And do not set a time. Do not set a time. Right, someone's obviously not read the rules. Satsi's in trouble there in the Aston already. So that's going to be looked at by the onboard stewards by setting a time on those intermediates. So hopefully he doesn't actually set a time when he comes in, so we'll have to wait and see there. We've got Squash Josh in the Red Bull, Daniel T in the Williams, Zoo in the other Aston, Shifty Flight in the McLaren, Jux reserving for the Alpine, Legam in the Haas, Dido in the Williams, Ake Gaming in the Red Bull, Nova King also in the Ferrari, jumping up, Trio Kev reserving as well for the Visa Cash App, with Petit in the Kick Sauber. And also Quasi as well, his first ever appearance in League Racing for Rush. He has done a few of the reserve programs. You actually interviewed him last week in the reserve program. So really good to see him on the grid tonight to see what he can do. And last but not least, Marzi, the TP of McLaren. So pretty good showing tonight on the grid.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to come back and have a full grid. Other things to be of note here as the return race is Legham does have a 20-second penalty to serve tonight. And looks like he's the only one out of 4. So, oh wait, no, Jux is here. Jux has a 5-second time penalty tonight. The others with penalties are not in tonight, so they'll be serving theirs in future races. Sutsi did not set a time. He's come back into the pits. So, obviously the radio was pretty strong to him to bring it back in. Interesting to see a couple of these guys out on the medium tires. As we know here, the tire deg in Abu Dhabi is horrendous on the softs. So, I mean, I know for my division, the whole idea was to burn through the softs and save the mediums in case there's a safety car or anything like that. That way you got a fresh set. Zoo's just gone purple in the first sector, speaking of, and he's on the mediums. So we'll see where that takes us.
Yeah, that's pretty good so far there. We've also got Trio Kev 123.761. Hennessy there with a 123.871. Bit of a difference between the mediums and the soft runners there. As Trio Kev on the mediums and Hennessy on the softs. And then you've got PST Sebi there with a 130.350. A lot of these guys not on track at the moment. So, Thunderbolts, do we take it on board with Shifty Flight for a flying lap, or do you want to take it away, or should I take it away?
Look, I'll be 100% transparent here. I do not like doing the flying laps. That is your wheelhouse, mate. I know you're not feeling the best, but if you want to go ahead and take it away on a flying lap for Shifty Flight, by all means do it.
No worries. All right, here we go. Going across down to the first corner. How's he going to take it here? Let's have a look. Doesn't ride the curves on the exit now. Coming up the hill. This is the easy part to lose the back end and to really end your race. Very, very simple here, but no, very well done so far for the McLaren. Getting up to around about 8th gear, dropping onto the 50, getting really nice and tight to the curb, getting good exit onto the exit of the curb, and now burning a little bit of that ERS down the first part of the DRS of Abu Dhabi, going into the second part of the DRS very shortly. There's two very, very powerful moments here of the DRS at Abu Dhabi. So it's going to be interesting to see which one you're going to make your mark on the overtake there, as he is getting a little bit of a tow from his teammate of Marzi there. So burning up to about 25%. Will Marzi get out of the way? Let's have a look. Yes, he does. Very nicely done there. Purple in sector 2, very nicely for Shifty Flight, keeping it in within the track limits. Coming now into the sector 3, keeping it nice, no invalidations, keep away from those curbs. And that blue corner strip on the right hand side here, very easy to go, too wide. Ooh, just keeping it in within the track limits. That would be literally centimeters away from invalidation there, keeping it nice and clean right at the end. Does a 123.674 and goes P2. Zoo has got some serious pace, as he is pole position at the moment on those medium compound tyres. So that is just showing you something, that Zoo is quick around Abu Dhabi and that Aston Martin.
Yeah, certainly. Like, he did pull the quickest sector 1. I wasn't sure how he did sector 2. On that note of the tow, though, it looks like Shifty's getting ready to return service to Marzi here, who's just going down the long straight, the first of, 2 DRS zones. So we'll see how they go into the tight chicane there. It doesn't look like he's close enough to really bring it in, but he'll definitely get one on the second one. And Whiff just drops it down to a 123.152 to sit on pole. And that's a really strong showing by Whiff. I don't know if him and Boltaru are going to work on toes. They look a bit far apart at the moment, but we'll see how they go. And we got a few drivers heading out to the track at the moment. It looks like the Haas of Trio Kev, or no, the RB of Trio Kev's hit the track, and Daniel Tiaz as well.
Some good times.
And is Quasi-Re on a lap? He's going to be running into some traffic, if that is indeed the case.
Yeah, as Marzi goes up into P4 with a 23.604, 74 thousandths of a second quicker than his teammate of Shifty Flight there. But good start there for McLaren in the 23s. We've got every single car from P1 into P8 in the 23s. Are we going to have every single person in the 23s tonight? That's going to be the interesting thing to see. As we do have Quasi-Ray on a lap as well. We've got a few guys still out the pits. These guys are really taking their time. It's been a little bit of a gap since the last race. So do you feel that that could be a little bit of a problem that we could see this week? That some of the guys haven't done racing for a while, could be a little bit what's the word? A little bit rusty.
Oh, look, there is that potential to be a little bit rusty, but at the same time, the Oz GP, look at Bolt's 123.1, just 4 thousandths of a second off of his TP and whiff. Those guys are matching pace. That's fantastic to see for the Kick Sauber team. But back to your question about drivers being rusty. It is and it isn't. Like, you go, you have a break, you sit down, you watch 3 or 4 days of Formula One on TV, or in person if you were fortunate enough to go, and then you come back and you have your wind down day on the Monday, and then you're kind of back in the cockpit again on Tuesday to get some laps in. Then probably earlier today, I reckon everybody's working on it. I know the McLaren garage was.
When are they not? When are they not? They work,
Yeah.
work every day. It's like we're working to the pump there for McLaren, which is good to see. But no, it's going to be very interesting to see if we are going to see a little bit of rust. We're seeing obviously 12 guys at the moment, all in the 23s. Really impressive to see. Still a lot of guys still to set some times. And some big names as well. You've got Plugger, who's on that lap. You've got Angus on that lap. Terrence, Sutsi, Daniel T, Jux, Legham, and Dido. Some big names there. Still not setting times yet. As we do see Plugger about to start. Sutsi is in Sector 2 at the moment. Daniel T is in Sector 3. He's actually invalidated. So he's going to have to do that all over again. We've then got Jux in the pits. Legham getting out of the way there. And which actually invalidated as well. So Dido is on a lap. Now, Dido's been one of these drivers the last few weeks has been really putting pressure on Plugger. But are we going to see another different winner in Division 3? We're starting to see different winners in some of the other divisions each week. Is this a division that we're going to see a different winner again? Or are we going to see the dominating performance from the Mercedes yet again?
Well, see, I think that's a really great question, and that's something that I said at the beginning of this broadcast. Is, are we going to see a different winner? We've seen 5, 6 different winners so far, and this is the 8th race of the season. So it is a bit of everything's being spread out, which is good. Everybody's getting their fingers in the pie, so to speak. I think there is definitely the chance. Like, Squash Josh always shows some pace. And he has yet to pick up a win, I believe. And that's, you look at it, I'm just having a quick look. I don't think he has.
Nope, he hasn't. And Plugger goes up into P2, Dido goes into P5, and there you go. The Mercedes literally splits the two Kick Saubers there. Everyone still in the 23s. We've got Angus as well, who's been on great form lately in the Merc as Plugger's teammate. Been working very, very well together. No toe, though, for the Mercedes driver. His teammate is the other end of the track, so that's unfortunate for Angus. Is that going to put him in some trouble? We'll have to wait and see at the moment. We've still got Angus, Terrence, Daniel T, Jux, and Legham still to pit. And yes, Tudor, it is very, very close, mate. And thank you very much for the resub as well. Really appreciate that, mate. And I hope you had a great time in Thailand. And look forward to seeing you on the track this weekend in Melbourne. Right, very, very close up. We've got Angus. Is Angus going to be able to show the same pace that his teammate has shown all season so far? Look at that. There is 1,000th of a second between Boltsaru and Plugger at the top, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to take screenshots, you want to take pictures, look at that time. That is absolutely phenomenal. Going in to round 8 at Abu Dhabi for Division 3. I can't believe what I'm seeing myself. 1,000th of a second. Angus puts himself into P7. Every single driver is in the 23s, Thunderbolts. And we've got someone else in the 23s.
Look at Zoo. Look at Zoo.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, Zoo just went purple across the board with 123.1. Really stamping it in. I think he just went fastest in every sector. To get that, so pretty interesting to see. I'm not sure if he got a toe, because I know him and Sutsi were quite close on track for a little while. And who do we got coming through Sector 3 at the moment?
Jux.
Looks like Daniel T, but he's on his outlap.
Jux is on his lap at the moment. He's the only one. Legham's in the pits, and also Daniel T. And Terrence still needs to set time. Let's have a look. What's Jux going to do? Coming round, does a 23, does a 23.6. Very, very good.
23.6.
And he's in the 23s.
Look at how tight this grid is.
I can't believe this. Look, we are seeing some serious times here. And I'm just going to repeat again. Look at the time between Boltzaroo and Plugger.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, you can say yes, 1/1000th of a second. That is the fraction of a blink of an eye, we'll say, because we're on stream. But if we look at it from P1 to P17 at the minute, 0.6 of a second.
Yeah.
That's insanely close.
It is. And,
this is going to be a DRS train race at this pace.
It is. And you could definitely say this division does not need changing. All these drivers are in the correct division. It's phenomenal.
I would agree.
Look at that. 23s. Wish decided to retire. No one let us down. Let's all get 23s. We've got Daniel T in the 23s as well. This is phenomenal. This could go any way. We've also got Shifty Flight, who's in the drop zone, that's out on track. We've got Hennessy in the drop zone as well. Trio Kev as well. We've got Terrence, who is in the drop zone as well on an outlap. We've got Daniel T that's coming around the last couple of corners. What's it going to be? He does a 23.5.
123.5.
There you go. There's another 23. We've got Legham and Terrence are the last two to set times. Do not let us down. We want to have every single driver in the 23. Zoo has called it. He has had enough. 126 is happy. Shifty Flight goes pole. With a 123.
Shifty Flight goes pole.
Oh, into Q2. Phenomenal time there. That is a phenomenal time. And I don't think he's got no toe at all. So Terrence and Legham to go in sector 1. What's he going to do? Is he going to be able to put himself through? We have got Legham, Terrence, Hennessy, Jux, and Quasiri are all in the drop zone at the moment, Thunderbolts. I'll drop it with you on Legham.
Yeah, it's a bit of a crowded track at the moment as well, as we see Legham go through 17.08 or 17.8 in the sector 1 as he opens up the DRS. And he tries to get a bit of a toe from Marzi, who's just driving sluggishly down the straight, as he would. Let's see how he takes the chicane. Quite clean. Avoids those curbs. Little bit sideways coming out of that uphill right-hander. Hugs the left hand pretty smoothly. And hits the overtake. Just shuts it off as he gets under the bridge. Into the sweeping left-hander. Drops it down to 4th. Probably not as tight as he would have wanted that. As he enters into Sector 3, let's see how he handles this. This is one of the hardest parts of this track, I reckon, coming up here, the double left-hander. The track dips down, and you got to be very mindful. Oh, he's carried it wide, somehow hasn't invalidated his lap. I don't know how he didn't do that, probably lost too much time. But he's still close, 124.1, almost pulled it into the 123s. He's going to be screaming to himself about that last double left. But like I was saying, that is one of the sketchiest places on this track.
Yes.
And it looks like Marzi's getting ready to come through. We got an Aston coming through as well. That's Sutzi. 123.7. Didn't improve on his time. Then we got an Alpine. Terrence comes through with a 123.5. That pushes Marzi down to the bubble. As we see Marzi come across the line. And he says, no worries, mate. 123.151. And then who else do we have on the track?
We've got Hennessy. Hennessy is in the drop zone.
Sebi is currently on the bubble.
Hennessy's in the drop zone. He is in P19 at the moment. Goes into P12. That puts Sebi into the drop zone. This is Sebi. Nope, Sebi's out.
And Sebi's invalidated, so he's done. He is done. So there it is. We have our 5 that will not be going on to Q2. Nobody else below Sebi is going to improve. So we got Sebi, Sutzi, Quasiri, Jux, and Legham have all been eliminated. Tough day at the office for Haas. They'll be talking about what to do in the race come strategy time. Unfortunate for them, but everyone had really good times. And if you if you look P1 to P19, half a second, SJ, half a second, insanely close. What do you think?
Oh yeah, it's very unfortunate. There is hardly anything in it. 23s. Obviously, Legham 24-1. They obviously got it wrong right at the end there on that last lap, which is last quali, which is unfortunate. But look at that, 19 drivers in the 23s. That is very, very impressive. I got disconnected, but it did a 23.3. That's fine. What do I do? Because I would be going into Q2. Well, if you need an invite, mate, you need to let us know, and we'll send you an invite. Quasi Reed there, but they are your drivers that are out. Unfortunately, we'll go with them first, very, very quickly. So we have Lost Legham, Jux, Crazy Reek, Satsi, and PST Sebi. And then also at the moment going through, well, who qualified at the top three is Shifty Flight taking a 1:23.106, Zoo with a 1:23.26, and Boltsaru with a 1:23.148. I think this Q2 is going to be very interesting going forward, Thunderbolts.
Oh, it definitely will. If we're seeing all these times almost at parity in Q1, as the track ramps up and these drivers, the teams begin to work together and kind of eye each other where they're at on the track to pull themselves a toe along, it's going to be an interesting Q2. I hope to see nothing like what we saw last time at the track in Zandvoort. We saw almost a couple of drivers sent into the Shadow Realm with each other. But let's hope it's a clean quali, and definitely it looks to be a close one. And it looks like we've got Sebi in the comms box with us to talk about what happened in Q1. So, Sebi, what did happen in Q1? Everybody was on par. Like that was we were looking at the times. Everyone was in that 123. Pick a number 1 to 6, and it was right there. Did you feel like something went wrong? Talk us through what happened.
Um, I don't really know, to be honest. I guess it was just unlucky. I can't put a finger on where I went wrong, but I know I did go wrong. I'm just not quite sure where. And I feel like Abu Dhabi isn't one of my best tracks, so I would have liked to make Q2 at least, but it's just sad when you go out in Q1, especially at a track that is a mix of everything, mix of downforce through sector 3 and uh, speed during sector 1 and sector 2.
Yeah, I can understand that. So Abu Dhabi definitely is a track that has a little bit of every component to it. It's got long straights, it's got short straights, tight turns, and it's got winding turns. So yeah, it's definitely a track that can catch you out. You've got to be on your A game, 100% here. And yeah, good luck to you in quali, and I'll pass you over to SJ.
Yeah, Sevius, obviously, first race back. It's been a little bit of, obviously, a little bit of time off. How do you find the track in yourself? Like, how do you find Abu Dhabi?
It's not one of my favorite tracks because I prefer a track like Zandvoort or Portimao, I guess. I like windy, bendy tracks that I can use to overtake, like with downforce and high-speed corners. For example, I don't like a track like the Red Bull Ring or Austria. It's just personal preference, I guess. And Abu Dhabi isn't one of my favorites.
Okay, that's fair enough. What's going to be the strategy going into the race? Is it just going to be just scoring points? Okay, is that me being kicked? 2 seconds. I may
No,
have just been.
no,
Yes, I have.
myself.
I have. I've just been kicked.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. Can I get an invite, please?
I'll get you back in.
We'll continue. We will continue. How? Yeah. So, do you feel that it's just wanting to score points tonight? Is that the plan?
I want to try make my way to the top 10 because I only qualified 16th, so after batch that got eliminated, I was the fastest one. So I feel like I can make my way to the top 10 before the first pit stops happen.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, let's see how you go, and thank you for jumping into the comms box and having a chat with us.
Yep. See you lads.
See you, mate.
See you, mate. So next up, we got looks like Jux.
I'm
Jux
back.
has come in. Talk
Oh,
us through. Good, mate. How you doing? It's unfortunate what happened there in Q1, but talk us through. Did you feel like everything went according to plan, and it just the times were just so close, or did something go wrong?
bit of a late call up. I had half an hour just to practice to get in, but despite that, I thought that I could try and get 2 laps in just in case I didn't do so good on the first one. But then in the last 3 corners, before I was about to come in, I hit a yellow flag. So that slowed me up. Not sure if it was enough, whether I would have got out, but either way, I was set all the way down to Delta and couldn't get into the pits fast enough to see if I would have made it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You caught a yellow flag. Those things unfortunately do happen, and on a track like Abu Dhabi, it's not like you can go, okay, well, these soft tires will go another lap. You know, they just don't last out here, so it's definitely unfortunate. I hope everything goes smoothly for you in the race. And, good on you to pop in. Not too much practice, but hopefully everything goes well. It's looking to be a very tight race to begin with.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, we've got Suts in the Aston next. Suts just being knocked out right at the end there. Really unfortunate. What do you think went wrong on your qualifying?
Well, so I didn't, to be honest, think I was going to get knocked out there. So I gambled and went for the same tyre that I used my first run in. I didn't actually take a fresh run because I just thought, because I made a big mistake in the first lap. I went too deep into the chicane in the middle of the lap, and so I thought, oh, my time will get back there. And then didn't get the time I needed. I also hit a yellow flag as well coming out of the hairpin just after the second straight, so that slowed me down as well. Just unfortunate, but yeah, I guess I should have taken the fresher tyres.
Yeah, I think one thing that we were looking at is every single person was in the 23s apart from Legham, who made a little bit of a mistake on that sector 3. That's impressive to have 19 cars in the 23s. So it was going to make it extremely difficult on who was going to go through and who was going to go out. How do you feel that the pace is here for yourself in Abu Dhabi?
It's not one of my favourite tracks. Myself, I've always struggled around here in the F1 games, to be honest. But no, I've never seen a field like that all in within 1 second. That was ridiculous.
No, I don't think we've seen that. And obviously we thought that people would be a little bit rusty coming back. Your teammate, though, Zoo, who's had a very up and down season, this looks like a track that could be made for him tonight. He was very impressive earlier on, setting a very impressive time on the mediums. How do you feel that he's going to go in Q2? Do you think he's going to be able to make it through into Q3?
Yeah, well, based on his Q1, you'd think he'd make it through the Q2 just by the fact that he basically got in on mediums. So, and was almost in the top 10 on mediums as well. So, yeah, I'm confident he should get into Q3 and even get into the top 5, I reckon.
Well, nicely done. I'll pass you over to Thunderballs if he's got any questions for you, but good luck in the race, my friend.
Jesus.
Not really much to say there. Like, it was such a tight quali. It's unfortunate that, 5 people have to be dropped off to go to Q2. Good luck to you and Zoo in the race. Like, you guys have pace. There wasn't much separating anyone in that quali. So, good luck to you in the race, and I hope everything goes well for you.
Too easy. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Take care.
Right, well, I think that's everyone. I don't think there is anyone else that is going to be jumping in at the moment, Thunderballs. But we've got some times on the board. Nova King 23.106, Boltsaru 23.230, and Shifty Flight 23.368. 3 different teams in the top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, so we do see that. It's very early in Q2. I mean, we're only halfway through it at the moment. So, as you know, drivers are going to be going on their soft tires here, trying to key up their toes correctly. I definitely suspect we're going to see the top 10 is going to have to get into the 122s. It's going to have to happen. There's going to be an improvement as the track ramps up. It's all going to come down to at what point do you come out of the pits? As we see Daniel T, he's just set a purple sector in 1 and 2. And he's just entering into Sector 3 at the moment, getting ready to go through the double left-handers. Takes it quite well. There it is, Plugger with a 122.9 as Daniel T goes around the last right-hander. Let's see where he ends up. 122.8. So Daniel T with the statement from Williams saying they're here and they're part of this as well here in Abu Dhabi. It's not just going to be the Merc show.
No.
The Kick show, as we saw Kicks on top a little bit ago.
Yeah. No, it's a very, very good, impressive quality there from Plugger and also Angus. P2 and P4. Well, we've got the Ferraris in P3 and P12. Obviously, Hennessy just needing to just push it a little bit further up the pecking order there. We've got McLarens in P6 and P9, and the 2 Kicks in P7 and P5. And we know that what Dido can do as well, so he'll probably be up there as well with his teammate at the moment. But who is going out? That is going to be the biggest question at the moment. Are we going to see some big names pop out of qualifying? That's going to be the interesting thing as well, moving into it. 50 people tuning in for us. Thank you very much. Really appreciate the support and the continuing support to jump back in as well. I hope you all had a great break and a great week off and enjoyed the Australian Grand Prix. It's great to be back racing and great to see Division 3 back at it as well. But I think we're going to see some... I think we're going to see some big names drop out of quali here in Q2, Thunderbolts.
I definitely agree with that statement. We are going to see some drops. And it looks like everybody is just kind of watching that clock, picking the time to go out. Now, we've seen Boltaru and Whiff both come out. Looks like they may be towing the whole lap with how close they are on their outlap. We're going to definitely see some piggyback leapfrog tows where... one driver will go out for a team, start the lap, and the other driver will get out about halfway through the lap and give them a tow. So it's going to be interesting. Looks like, who is it, Shifty? Shifty's come out for his outlap. We got Trio Kev. He's currently on a lap at the moment. So good to see Shifty didn't impede there, got out of the way.
Yeah, it's.
But Trio Kev and RK still have yet to set a time.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that RK is waiting so long, because if you invalidate, and we know RK's got pace, but if you invalidate, that's it. There's no hope for you when you're only working on setting the one lap. So I think that's a bit of a gamble for RK, but clearly confident for him.
Yep, it's going to be interesting to see how we go there. And thank you very much for the subscription there. Form Edge, really appreciate that, mate. 7 months, thank you very much. Obviously, Sick Party saying Williams is better than Merck. So we've got a lot of fans in tonight. Remember, use those channel points. Remember, 90,000 will get you track selection of season number 9 of what track you've got. Remember, Monaco and Abbott and Jeddah have gone. So feel free to get amongst that as well and use those channel points. If you've got any questions, Q&As for us, any on boards, use those channel points, or if you just want to save them up. I'm sure we will be putting in some predictions tonight, which we will be going into Q3. At the moment, though, RK Gaming, Dido, Hennessy.
Watch Dido.
P3.
Oh, I thought he was going to pull in close on that. Well, he went purple in sector 1 and 2. Looks like he just lost a little bit of time. course correcting after he went through sector 3 in the double left-handers.
Well, we've got 2 minutes to go now, and this is going to be very interesting because at the moment we've got RK, Hennessy, Terrence, Zoo, and Marzi are all going out. Plugger's decided to call it. He's happy with that time. Who is coming round? And
Here come the kicks. Here come the kicks. Look at that statement. Whiff. Whiff had the toe the whole lap, but a 122.4. And that's going to finish it up for them. I mean, what a lap. I don't think they're going to have enough to get all the way through and set another lap time.
Well, there's 4 cars in the 22s at the moment, and everyone else is in the 23s, apart from Terrence and Hennessy.
But low 23s, and it looks like Terrence and Hennessy are... Terrence is currently on his lap, and Hennessy's on an out lap at the moment. So definitely looking to improve their times. RK's hit the track, finally. A little bit worried about him, but I don't like the one and done.
Oh, P3, Shifty Flight, 123.826.
Shifty Flight.
Marzi, what does Marzi do?
Let's go, McLaren.
Marzi's about to start his time. So we're seeing, are we going to see Plugger drop down into P10? Have Daniel T and Plugger retired too early? This is the thing. Anything can happen. We saw how close it was in Q1.
And that would be music to McLaren's ears. And you can see here, McLaren are setting up the toe for Marzi on this long straight, and then seeing how it goes from there. Shifty may also carry him through the chicane. All depends. We'll see if he peels off. No, it looks like he's going to carry him through the chicane and had a toe out on the second DRS section. And we'll see where this puts Marzi.
Here we go. Here we go.
Going into sector 3. Marzi's up on his time by 0.2.
0.2.
It's not really what he's probably wanted so far. He's probably wanted to go a bit quicker, but we'll see if that carries through sector 3 for him.
Zoo's in the pits. He's decided to call it. Dido down into P7. He's finished. I'm just keeping on board with Marzi because he is the last person to probably cross the line before the rest of the guys. We've got one chicken flag going at the moment. It's for Dido. Marzi going to cross the line. What's it going to be? Is he going to put it in the 22s, 23s? Goes P11, unfortunately, is out of Q2. That's really unfortunate there for Marzi. He is our first one that is out at the moment. Let's go back on. We've got the Ferrari.
Yep, next across the line, we got Hennessy. Looks like he's up on his time. Probably be in the 123s as well.
Oh,
123.3. And the 2 Red Bulls. So we got Squash Josh crossing the line. RK.
Gaming is out.
RK. Exactly. I don't know if it was commentator curse, but I said, that's the problem. When you wait till the last minute to go out, if you invalidate your lap, that's it. You're done. And that's exactly what happened to RK, unfortunately. He went out, invalidated his lap, and now there's no time to set anything. So it looks like all the times are set. So it looks like Nova the King, Marzi, Hennessy, Trio Kev, and RK will not be going into Q3. We have the Kicks making a statement as a team up at the top, with Matif with the fastest time at a 122.441. Bolts right behind him with a 122.787. Then Shifty from McLaren at a 122.826. Daniel T, 122.857. Plugger, 122.933. Zoo, 122.953. Squash Josh, 123 flat 006. Angus with a 123.013, and Dito 123.088, and Terrence with a 123.090. So all the times definitely came down by at least a second. Looks like with Matif improved his time by a second almost, which is incredible to see.
Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. But there we go. We've got some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Both Ferraris out of Q2. And yeah, we don't normally see that often, but that's unfortunate for those guys. And we've lost Marzi, Hennessy, RK, Kev, and Nova the King. So we'll have to wait and see what we're gonna, see if we get these guys in to have a quick chat with us. Doesn't look like we are going to get the classification results there, so that's unfortunate. But big news there for us tonight. Both Ferraris out of Q2. Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I find that interesting. they're obviously going to be discussing it and figuring out what to do, what's going to be the better way to work together moving forward as the race starts. It's unfortunate to see my McLaren teammate unfortunately be out. RK not set a time, like a commentator curse, if you will. Just unfortunate across the board, but I can't believe both Ferraris out. Figured one of them would have gone through, but no. The times just improved too great for them.
Definitely, and we do have some interviews in.
So who do you want to go to? We've got a couple people in.
All right, we'll go with Ferraris first. I think we'll go with Nova King.
They're both here.
Over to you.
All right, Nova. What happened there in Q2? Everything was looking good in Q1. You guys were setting good times, and then Q2 happened, and you just struggled to find pace a little bit. Was there something that went wrong?
No, I didn't struggle to find pace. That wasn't the issue. I went P1 on the first run. And I thought that was safe, to be honest. It was a 0.1. I messed up the lap, and I gained a 10th on the final one, but completely lost it in the final corner. Just locked up the front right, and then lost 2/10, and that was the lap over. Didn't improve. Unfortunate.
Just having trouble through sector 3 there. Was it the double left-handers towards the end?
No, everything was perfect except the final corner.
Oh, that'll get you. Just running a bit wide. That's unfortunate. And what are you looking to do? Because I believe you're starting. What is it? P13?
P11.
Yep, P11. So you're going to be working up the pack. You going to try and do a two-stopper here, or?
No,
Or
nothing
through
not a
some
two-stop. Oh, no. Unless there's a safety car. Hopefully no two-stop. But yeah, I just need to keep my nose clean. I wasn't able to do that in Div 4, starting not getting knocked out of Q2. But as long as I keep my nose clean, I think I can do well. Just be patient.
Yeah, that's it. It is a game of patience. Races are not won on the first lap. As my team principal tells me all the time, you've got to be patient and pick your moves. And yeah, good luck to you in the race, and I'll pass you over to SJ.
Nova.
Yeah, thank you.
Obviously, really unfortunate to both Ferraris out of Q2. But what do you feel that you could have done better to try and push yourself into Q3?
Really the final corner. I 10th out of. I was basically even on the lap the whole time running around. I knew the time was in the final sector because I made 2 mistakes, and I found that 10th. It would have been easily through to Q3, but just kind of overthinking it into the final corner where how much battery I'll have left, and just locked that front right and washed out way wide.
Okay. What do you feel the plan is going to be for yourself and Hennessy tonight, the Ferraris? Because we've seen that the DRS is extremely powerful here, and if you lose it, it's going to be an uphill battle. So what's the plan for Ferrari going forward in the race?
I don't think it changes. It's just starting further back. We just need to be patient and keep the DRS no matter what. Burn ERS, whatever, you can gain it back with the DRS in this game. It's a bit ridiculous. And you lose probably over a second a lap just not having DRS. So I think, yeah, just as long as we keep DRS, we'll be fine. And then wait for the carnage towards the end of the race.
You hope there's carnage. We always hope there's carnage, but these guys have been pretty good and pretty clean. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But no, all the best in the race, mate.
Yeah, thank you. Enjoy the commentary as well.
Thanks. All right, we'll go straight over to his teammate of Hennessy. Over to you, Thunderbolts.
Hennessy, how you going? That's good cognac. What do you see went wrong for you in Q2 there?
Very good cognac, thank you for Thunderballs. Yeah, I don't know, just didn't have the pace there for the Q3, unfortunately. Very close grid in Div 3. But yeah, just couldn't quite string the lap together in the end. So yeah, got P13, so we hope to improve on that in the race and get in the big points.
Yeah, that's it. It's just going to come down to working with your teammate, trying to jump up position for you and get behind and work with each other to move up the grid. So good luck to you. I'll pass you over to SJ.
Thank you.
We've seen some big teams go out of qualifying this season. Red Bull, now Ferrari added to that list. What do you felt went wrong, and what do you feel that you could have done a bit better going into this race?
Well, there's a lot of things we could have done. Well, I could have done better. Maybe another hour on the rig throughout the week would have been good. Maybe a bit more prep, maybe a bit more of this and that. But yeah, just long race ahead. And as you said before, hope there's carnage, but I'm not involved in it. So if there's carnage in the front, very good. And then I'll capitalise on that.
So have you got a strategy going into the race of what the plan's going to be between you and Nova?
Yeah, no, I think we're just squeaky clean. Try to avoid all the drama and pick up positions through that. You never know. You could have 4 cars crash out in front of you, and all of a sudden that's four spots.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the plan.
Yep. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Uh,
All right. Well, we wish you all the best
Yeah.
in the race.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Okie dokie.
Cheers, mate.
I think we've got our last interview, which it looks like it is the McLaren TP of Marzi Thunderbolts.
How are we, boys?
Good, mate.
Good, mate. How you doing? Unfortunate result in Q2. It's, obviously being a teammate and you're my team principal, really sad to see you out in Q2. Good to see you
both my
in
teammates.
Q3. Yeah, true.
Don't forget me. Don't.
But where? Yeah, well, no, that's true. That's true. But where do you see what went not right? We'll say it didn't look like anything went wrong, but just what didn't go exactly right.
Mate, this whole grid is just so tight, and everybody's so close to get to make it into Q3. It's literally decided by 16,000th of a second before the Ferrari beat me to it. But I was set for high 22s, and then the 2 left-handers in Sector 3 under the bridge sort of killed the mood. But yeah, all in all, it's not bad. P12, I believe. Just like the Ferrari boys mentioned, just trying to keep it clean in the race and sticking that DRS as much as you can, and then we'll see what happens after we change to the other set of tires, and we'll see what happens.
That's it. And like you said, it's just about maintaining that DRS, never losing sight of the car in front of you, and holding on for dear life through some turns at some points. But good luck to you. And what have you got for our team principal there, SJ?
Thanks, Thunder.
Yeah. No, I'll be easy. Obviously, Shifty Fly making it through, really good to see. In P6, we saw the tow, and we've seen that McLaren, not being biased, they execute the tow like 10 out of 10 every race across every division. Is there a lot of practice that goes on for the tow in the McLaren garage?
We try to in our practices to figure out what sort of tracks are suitable for tows, and we work on them. Shifty has done a good job in Q2 giving me a tow, but I just stuffed it up in 2 left-handers in Sector 3, which is usually my downfall. This is where I lost all my gain time from the previous run, which were on old tires, and yeah, just my lap wasn't put together as properly, and yeah, that's all there's to it. But regarding the tow thing, yeah, we've been trying to put it together as much as we can, practicing all that sort of thing. So yeah, it's one thing I'm sort of concentrating on, because it does help a lot. And if the boys can work it out, and we do put time into it, so it works, and it shows at the end of the day. Unfortunately, it didn't show for me tonight, but yeah, usually shows, I would say.
Okay, all right. Well, no, it's good that it's working, and it's good that that he's in there at the moment, or he's in the pits currently at the moment. But I think we'll talk about this before they go. We've seen the pure domination tonight of the Kick Saubers. Do you think they are the team to watch out for tonight in this race?
Yeah, Boltru has been pretty quick. Like he's been probably top 3 for both Q3s, and I see he's in top now. Vishmathi's not far away. They're obviously doing the tour themselves. Look, we just have to watch out, obviously, for Squash and Plugger. But yeah, Shifty being up there with them, I'm sure he's going to get into at least top 3. I expect him to be in top 3 after these qualifying finishes. So I'll let him deal with them, and I'll sort of pick up the pieces in the back, trying to make some good points for us.
One more question before we go. It's been a very, very good week across the whole week for McLaren. Do you feel that this is the opportunity where you can pull in some big points on Mercedes, because they have had some poor results at this track this last few weeks?
I will not comment anything on the Mercedes drivers. I will just comment on the McLaren doing really, really well this week. And it's just unfortunate or it could be unfortunate that this week of break came at this time. I'd like to keep that momentum going, but I think the boys are well rested, very eager to get back on track and do it all over again this weekend. But yeah, so far so good. I won't say anything else about that, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the week that we just had.
Awesome. Well, all the best, Marzi, in the race, and go McLaren.
Thanks, mate. Enjoy the comps. See you guys after.
Cheers.
Thanks, Marzi. Good luck, mate.
Thank you, bro.
Okay, right. Well, we're coming to the closing stages of quali. Valuable.
Everyone is on the track.
I will let you take this one away.
Everyone's on track at the moment. We got Shifty starting his lap. Both kicks are out. Bolsaru already set a lap with a 122.3. Whiff as well is currently on a lap. It looks like everybody's going to come through soon. It looks like both Williams will be in, with Dito crossing the line first. And he'll be setting his lap time. Not sure if he's up at the moment. And he's almost invalidates it on the last turn. 122.9. And then Daniel T with a 122.4. Here come both Mercs. This will be the interesting one.
Zoo up into P4. First checkered flag.
Zoo.
Crossing the line. So Zoo has finished. He finishes in P4 for the time being.
Oh, the Mercs were just starting their lap. Okay.
They've timed that to perfection.
I was just so confused as to what happened there. Yeah, they must have crossed the line with only a couple of seconds to go. Looks like Shifty's getting ready to set his lap time.
Saru coming around the last corner.
We got Boltaru crossing the line. He's 10th up at the minute.
Yep.
122.3. Great time. Shifty improves his lap time. Not enough to push him up, but
Whiff goes
Paulie's
in the
P7.
pit. Whiff goes in the pits.
Yeah, Whiff went out, and then Boltaru gave him a tow. And then on Whiff's cooldown lap, he gave Boltaru a bit of a tow. So that's what happened with the kicks there. But Daniel T splitting him by 0.02 of a second. And next across the line, we see
Terrence, P6.
Terrence with a 122.7. And here come the Mercs. Plugger with a 122.3.
Angus, P10.
And Angus didn't improve. Yeah, just P10.
There we go.
And that is your grid, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. That is it.
So we got Boltaru P1, Plugger P2, Daniel T P3, Whiff Matif P4, Zoo P5, Terrence P6, Squash Josh P7, Shifty Flight P8, Dito P9, and Angus P10. So both kicks in the top 4. I bet they're going to be pretty ecstatic about that. Merck starting at 2 and 10. I know Pep is going to want Angus to push probably in the first few laps and try and catch up to Plugger.
Yeah, definitely. And we've also got Bolts taking the prediction there, 28%. People voting for Whiff Matif, but unfortunately didn't get it. So Boltsaru takes the points. So congratulations on who voted for Boltsaru. But there you go, Thunderbolts has taken it through there you go. Look at that. Watch out for the Kick Sauber tonight. Boltsaru taking up in the P1. Plugger taking into P2. Daniel T
And-
showing a very strong performance again in the P3. And then the other Kick Sauber in P4.
And let's just talk about P1 to P5, less than 0.2 of a second. This is a tight grid, and this race is going to be pretty good to watch. And with the week break, let's just hope nobody's too keen to bin it.
Yeah, going to be very interesting to see. I do believe that Angus could have probably gone a little bit quicker. I think he may have just probably eased off to help his teammate with the toe there. So I think we would have probably seen all of those guys in the 22s.
Yeah, I
Right.
reckon. I think that is the case, and I think maybe there may have been some tire conservation going on, or alternatively, an extra set got burnt in Q2 to get him through,
Yep. Well, we're about to find
or
out.
maybe even Q1.
Well, we're about
Because
to
if you
find out.
burn 2 sets in Q1, that takes it away elsewhere.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? Tires is
So
going
as
to be interesting here.
Yep. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on the mediums and who comes out on the hards. Most likely, the grid's going to start out on the mediums. When will they pit? That's the question. The undercut here is pretty big. If you can get the undercut done earlier, you're probably going to fare better off later down the race. Here we go as we take it away, SJ.
Well, we've got 5 red lights up for round number 8 of Division 3, the last race of the week. And we are underway going into the first corner. Here we go. How is it going to go? Boltsaru taking the lead. Then we've got Plugger. Then we've got Daniel T. And the Kick Saubers are really going to go for it. With the T stays in P4. No drama at the moment. Everyone through. Squish, squash. Give him tongue-tied there. Squash, drops down from P8. Then, there's a bit of drama back. We're going to be drama. Isn't someone spun? No? What's happened here? Everyone's gone round. Trio Kiv, though, has probably had a bit of an incident there at the back. But at the moment, Boltsaru leads. Then we've got Plugger. Then we've got Daniel T. Then with Matif. How are the kicks going to work together? We've got someone coming flying through. What's happened there?
Oh, big
Someone's
incident.
come
Legham got
absolutely
caught up
flying
with
through, and-
Hennessy. Oh, that was
That was very, very interesting there.
virtual safety car. I don't know how we didn't get a safety car.
No, I don't know how we got a safety car there.
I
But
was
someone's
just going to mention.
completely missed their brakes.
Yeah, I was just going to mention on that note that Legham was absolutely motoring through the field. He had made up 6 positions, and unfortunately, doesn't look like it was controlled going into that tight chicane. And there we have it. Like lap 1, caution already. As I was saying just before the race started, are they going to be able to just reel it in, keep the nerves calm, and keep that adrenaline down?
Yeah, very interesting to see there, because it just seemed that Nova King just had too much top speed going into the DRS zone, but we'll have to wait and see as it does a VSC, and we've got quite a lot of cars coming into the pits. Look at that. Sebi, Quasiri, RK, Jux.
Oh, everybody's got damage.
And Hennessy. All damaged there.
Those bottom 6 are all going for new wings. Like there's no way they can't not put a wing on. And unfortunately, the Haas got a double stack. And what a terrible time to double stack when you got to change the wing.
Definitely.
That's just super unfortunate. And we've gone back to green. So Boltsaru did not get a jump on Plugger. Plugger's actually got the jump on Boltsaru and has made the pass heading into turn 4 into the chicane. Takes it beautifully, missing both curbs. Smooth on the accelerator through.
Oh, no,
and
we see got
him
drama going on here.
create a bit of a distance.
Red Bull has been there. Squash Josh has got a bit of drama there. It looks like Nova King has gone, or Squash is glitching apparently. But a little bit of drama going on there from Nova King. Looked like he hit the Red Bull of Squash Josh there. So the onboard steward's probably going to have a field day at the moment with those 2 incidents there. So we'll have to wait and see, as Nova King has got no front left plate. Very unfortunate there. So a little bit of drama.
Yeah, Marcy has no front right plate either. I don't know where he got tangled up. You're saying about Nova King. He's got no front left plate. Marzi's got no front right plate. Sutsy have any damage? He's in the car behind. I can't see.
Trying to look on board at the moment.
My eyes are open, but
Angus is in.
there is a Ferrari in the way.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
He's got no front right
Sutsy's
plate.
missing the right. Angus is in the pits.
Oh, there's drama going
Oh, this
on.
is just carnage.
Drama in the midfield. Drama in the midfield. Going
Yeah,
back up the top. Boltzaroo in P2. Then we've got Plugger in P1. Daniel T. There is a nice little DRS train from P1 all the way down to P7. Dido currently out of that DRS train as Plugger loses P1 to Boltzaroo, and he'll probably want to be pushing that back again. We are going to see this probably most of this race, a switch of the DRS because how powerful it is in Sector 2.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to be doing that leapfrog to try and just pull away from the secondary pack, if you will. The unfortunate thing is Marzi and Dido are in a bit of a no man's land. So Dido's half a second out of DRS from Shifty Flight, and Marzi's a few seconds away from Dido. So they're going to try and make it up, but it looks like that front pack are just going to work together to try and pull away.
Yeah, it's good. Anything can happen though. Shifty Flight is in with this DRS. Dido is now in with the DRS as well. So we've got 8 cars all in the DRS train at the moment, and we're probably not going to see much happening at the moment. Terrence, really good start from him as well, and Zoo. These two drivers have been very impressive in quali and so far in the race. We've got 4 laps to go. 4 laps in the race. But the kick Saubers are going to be the ones that are going to watch out for. The strategy is going to have to be on point here, as we're seeing Plugger go for the move on Boltzaroo, and Daniel T goes for the move. Does he? Oh, there's a little bit of a tap there to the back of Boltzaroo's car there. Drops down into P3 and then Boltzaroo into P2. They are going to want to try and stay within the DRS and not let Plugger pull away at the moment. But what are the kick Saubers going to do? This is the question here. They're in a very good position, P3 and P4, and so are the Williams in P3 and P8. Thunderbolts.
See, yeah, the unfortunate thing is you've got to look at pit times now. So Boltzaroo and Whiff, they're too close together to come in on the same lap. So they're going to have to double stack. So they're obviously going to want to avoid that. So you're looking at 1 to carry. And I would reckon we start to see the pit stops around lap 9. Lap 9, lap 10. I know it sounds early, but the undercut is massive here, and the hards are good. So we'll see what happens, but I reckon we'll start seeing pit stops then.
Yeah.
I don't know if some of these back runners are going to try and go the distance on the hards. I think it would be a tall ask to go 27 laps on these hards, 28 laps. But it probably can be done.
Well, yeah, from P15 down to P20, all on those hard compound tyres at the moment. So anything happens within this race, as we're seeing...
Both Bolts and Daniel T getting around on Plugger.
Yeah, but Plugger's going around the outside, trying to go around the outside, giving enough room there. He's given enough room for Daniel T, but Daniel T's
turned it back in.
I think he's going to attack him. He's got Whiff Latif coming over on the right-hand side as well. Nope, he's going to stay in behind. Daniel T looking to make the move to the Mercedes, going side by side. And Daniel T loses out, but he could lose out to Whiff Latif as Whiff Latif tries to pull on the inside there. But Daniel T keeps that position. Could have gone the move there for Plugger, but he's late on the brakes. Oh, they've got to be so cautious on the brakes. There is a big train carrying on here, and we've got to be careful that Boltzaroo doesn't get away, so everyone staying within the pack at the moment. So we've got 8 cars all within the DRS. Marzi 8 seconds down the road though. He is a little bit miles back from that DRS, but is in the point. Squash Josh having that incident earlier on. It still has got both front and left plates on that car. Sutsy doesn't though, and is doing a great job with one of those plates missing. So in the Aston, just staying behind Squash Josh, not in the DRS though, so he wants to be able to stay in the DRS zone, but I reckon we're going to see Plugger now make his move on Boltzaroo on lap 6.
And Nova the King has just come in to pit and replace the wing as well. Legham just picks up a 3-second time penalty. corner cutting. And the unfortunate thing for Team McLaren at the moment is P1 to 8. They're all cruising together with that DRS train, making sure they pull away from everyone else behind them. So even though we're seeing the position 1 change from driver to driver to driver, now that we've had, I think, three different leaders in this race, it does seem like they're all working together.
Squash
Would you say Squash Josh binned it?
Yeah, he's lost it. I don't know if he's lost any damage there. I'm just looking at the car. Nope, it's all good. Quasi Rate though.
It doesn't look.
Second.
Yeah.
Oh, drum at the back between Jux and Hennessy. No, is there? Oh no, Hennessy's gone off there as well. So Ferrari tonight not doing the best down there in P18 and P20. But we'll have to wait and see what happens there. We could see a safety car. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But at the moment, it is Plugger, then Bolts, then Daniel T, then with Matif, then Terrence, then Shifty Flight, then Zoo, then Dido, all in the DRS. Then we've got Marzi, then Satsi, then Squash Josh, then Sebi, then Trio Kev, Crazy Reek with that 3 second. Angus down there in P15. It's not going to plan for him tonight. Arcade Gaming as well has not been able to pick up after quali down there in P16. Jux in the Alpine in P17. Then the 2 Ferraris in 18th and 20th. And then Legham in the middle there in 19th. But so far, all 20 guys on the grid. But Dido getting the job done on Zoo.
It looked like there was a bit of contact heading into that chicane. Not sure what happened. Don't know if it's just my game playing up, but looked like there was a bit of contact between Dido and Zoo.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit. We've seen that Dido... They're still in the DRS, though. They are still in the DRS. The question is, though, this battle between Plugger and Boltaroo is getting quite spicy. Boltaroo very aggressive in some of the corners to Plugger, and they're all staying within the DRS zone. But Terrence has decided to come into the pits and call it. Lap number 8 off those medium compound tyres. Is that too early? We'll have to wait and see. At the moment, but he is the first one of that DRS pack coming into the pits, and Marzi up into P8 now. Terrence is gonna, where's he gonna fall out from? It looks like he's gonna fall into clean air behind Squash Josh, so he's timed that quite well because all these guys in front of him do need to pit. So at the moment he is the leading car of this race when they all have to pit, so gonna be interesting to see on how much time Terrence can make after making that pit stop. But at the moment, Boltaroo has just now taken the lead from Plugger into P1, but Plugger will try and get that lead back and is ready to pounce back again as we see another overtake. Are we going to see anyone else make a move, or are we going to keep it as it is at the moment? No, Plugger leading the race yet again, and it's DRS switching on lap 8.
Yeah, this is where I think we're going to start seeing some cars come in. Maybe not this lead pack. They're probably going to try and extend for another 1, maybe 2 more laps. But it definitely is starting to get to that undercut territory. And that lead pack does all stay out. No surprises there. Be very surprised, though, if one of the Williams or one of the Kicks doesn't come in next lap, though.
Yes, it's going to be interesting to see which ones are going to be. And the same with the Williams. I've just jumped on board for a an on board of Daniel T, because Daniel T seems to be getting very, very close to the back of Boltaroo. And I just want to double check here. Boltaroo's got 46%, Plugger's got 82, and Daniel T is on 68. So, and is Daniel T going to make a move on Plugger or Boltaroo, or is he going to stay behind? Nope, he stays in behind, keeps it nice and close. Very well done there, save on the ERS. And Boltaroo is burning quite a lot the ERS. Plugger will then try to attack, and Daniel T stays in behind at the moment. Is he getting a 3-second time penalty? Plugger back in the lead. Daniel T ready to pounce though, he's ready to make the move. The question is he going to be able to get the move done on Boltaroo very, very soon, because Boltaroo has got less ERS than Daniel T, and Daniel T is timing his ERS to perfection. With Matif though, low on ERS as well. Shifty Flight low on ERS. and so is Dido, but he's got a little bit more than P5 and P4. So Daniel T, I think, is ready to pounce and make a move when the time's right here, Thunderbolts.
Yeah, he's most likely going to try and get the move done on Boltzeroo come the next DRS zone. As we see Whiff and Shifty both go into the pits, so they were thinking alike. Both Williams stay out though, so, and we do see Boltzeroo just get a little bit loose, and Daniel T is definitely a shark in the water at the minute. I reckon we're going to see that back wing open and overtake. Come on, there it is.
Yep, Terrence gets both
He's trying
of
to
them.
get the jump on Bolt down the long straight.
Oh, Terrence, look at this, look at this. Oh, he's just got them. Terrence has got Swift, Matif and Shifty Flight on the pits and into P7. They've actually fallen in right behind him. So well done from Terrence. Is he going to be able to hold on to that, though, with a very, very quick Whiff and a very quick Shifty Flight right behind there? Very good moves there from Terrence. So, yeah, and there you go. Whiff Matif has gone straight past Terrence into that P7th position. And yeah, it's a big gap from Squash Josh to Zoo at the moment. So it's all about Plugger, Daniel T, Boltzeroo, and Dido. But Dido's lost the DRS to Boltzeroo, unfortunately. So I reckon we'll see Dido probably coming to the pits very, very shortly on lap number 11.
Yeah, and you mentioned when Whiff and Shifty came out of the pits, and they were behind Terrence. And the unfortunate thing for Terrence, though, is after you get out of the pits, it's pretty much a straight shot, a sharp left, and then you're in a DRS zone. And as long as you had the DRS, you're going to catch them, even if the tires are cold. So they both almost made the pass. Shifty's just behind Terrence. Whiff's already moved up. Again, Squash Josh is coming to the pits on lap 11. And now we're going to see the change. So we still got Dido and Zoo yet to pit. They're looking to try and extend those tires out. Is that the right move, though? Is
safety.
that going to be the right move?
Safety.
And we've got a safety car.
Oh, look at that. Well, that has saved Dido and Zoo. And, well, Dido and Zoo are in great position here because they are 15 seconds down the road from Whippity. So this is a free stop for them. As Cherkev gets a drive through, which is very unfortunate there. Hennessy into the pits, losing that front wing. A lot of drama going on here. And Zoo and Dido, free pit stop here. Great result for them. So far, so good. And this is worked out to a T for them, for Dido and Zoo.
Yeah. It's definitely going to help them. Because the pit stop's only, what, about 12 seconds? 11 seconds under a safety car here? With the amount of, I guess, time that you have to slow down. And, oh, Zoo almost goes into the back of Dido, going into the pit lane. That would have just been tragic. But we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be close.
Nah, then.
Oh, Zoo's got to change the front wing. Nah, that's going to end it for him.
They're going to change it.
He's going to come out probably P. Ooh.
Whiff coming around the corner. He's going to take
P6,
the lead.
P7.
Dido, Shifty Flight into P2. Plugger into P3. Dido looks like he's going to come right out in front of his teammates. Oh, that was close. That was very, very close. He does come out in front of his teammate there. So, yeah, Dido will be happy with that. He'll be happy with that. He's right behind Plugger on fresh, hard compound tyres. And we are going to have a very interesting start to this race because this brought everyone back into it. Every single driver from P1 all the way down to P20.
Yeah, saved by the yellow flag there. And I don't know if this is a error on the pit selection screen, but Jukes has thrown on a set of softs. And as we know here, those softs are maybe going to go for 3, maybe 5 laps max before we start seeing them get marbled and squirrely in the turns.
Yeah, it might have been a mistake. We'll have to wait and see if that is a mistake there. from Jux because they are not going to last at all. So we'll have to wait and see there. But the Ferraris tonight have not had the best of starts. Nova King there down in P17, Hennessy down there in P20, having actually bringing up the safety car, losing that front wing as well. Williams in a great position, P4 and P5. Plugger doing a great job in P3. Shifty Flight, though, he is probably the one that has, well, done the best out of everyone because he's jumped Plugger, Dido, and Daniel T, and Boltsaru. Boltsaru has probably been the one that has been hurt the most on this because he's dropped down to P6. Zoo down into P7. Crazy Re as well. He's obviously on 10 lap hards. And also 11 lap hards there for Arcade Gaming, so that's hurt their strategy. So we might even need see a stop there from them. 57 people tuning in, guys. Come on, 3 more viewers, and this is the big 6-0 for Division 3. 13 laps out of 29. It's been a very interesting night so far. We have 20 drivers still going, and we have a very interesting race on our hands. 3 top, Plugger on 2, Dido on 1, Daniel T on 2, and Boltsaru on 2 as well. And we've got a Q&A from Mr. Panic. So, Panic, what is your Q&A? And 61 viewers tuning into the stream. We've just beat the 60. So, keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. Panic, why is Thunderbird's voice so deep? I love it that it's not F1 related, but yeah, take
Oh man, too good. Look, I don't know. It's always been this way. It's always been this way ever since year 7, I think it was. I remember the teacher in America. We have a thing called homeroom for the first day, and they were doing a roll call, making sure everybody was there. And when they called my name and I said here, I got looked at like I was a creepy adult in the room, but they just saw like little 13-year-old me sitting there, 12-year-old me, whatever I was in year 7. But yeah, I don't know, man. I've just got a big chest. It is what it is.
Yeah,
it helps the voice carry, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, let's keep it PG, guys.
I was chat. Another story.
Yeah.
But anyways, Quasi-Reet. Yeah, Quasi-Reet and Arcade Gaming, they're going to benefit from this, but at the same time, it's going to be a struggle because they're going to try and have to keep position on Squash Josh, who's got pace, Marzi, who's got pace, and a new wing. Terrence, who's on the mediums, but he's going to have to pit again. So, wrong strategy for Terrence there, unfortunately. It's going to be interesting to see how Quasi and Arcade come out through this. And we've gone back. My game is bugged.
I think you're behind.
We've gone back to green, and probably. And Whiff did not really get the jump on Shifty.
We got drama at the back.
Man, we've got drama at the back.
Oh, Arcade Gaming has got involved in that, and it looks like is that front wing missing? And the Ferrari's in the mud again at the back. They're not having the night tonight. And I don't think Arcade is either. Just cheating on board with him at the moment. And he's got no front left plate there. So one of the Red Bulls not having the best of nights. But we're going back up to the top with Matif leading this race. Shifty Flight is being harassed by the Mercedes of Plugger. Goes around the outside, closes the door on Plugger though. This is going to be the question. It's 4 laps versus 3 laps. How much speed does Shifty Flight have in those hard compound tyres? Or is Plugger, he's on 1 lap fresher? That's going to be the question. And how long are these guys going to be able to stay on their leg ham up into P10? Phenomenal drive from him tonight. Really, really good start there. Hassan really making moves. P8 and P10 at the moment there, but do have pens. So that's going to hurt them in this race. We've got Sebi down there in P2. Angus then moving up positions as well. We've got Squash Josh in the pits. Again, we've got drama at the back. Again, there's a yellow. And Trio. Oh, Arcade Gaming's gone in.
Safety car.
The pit lane wall and brought out a safety car. Well, more drama in this race, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Red Bull, P19 and
Okay, it's
P20, Ferrari, P16 and P17. You would not have thought this tonight, would you? That the Ferraris would be down there at the bottom with Red Bull.
Nor the Red Bulls. Nor the Red Bulls. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Haas really have a chance to turn this around at the minute. As you know, they were both out in Q1. They've probably got one of the best chances to turn their qualifying results around. But here we go, another safety car, another 3 laps under yellow. And this is just going to do nothing but help Quasi Readout, who's on those 13-lap hards, and just save those tires.
He needs to pit.
It looks like he's going to try and go all the way to the end. Well, he doesn't, though. He doesn't. In a sixth sense, six laps under safety car. He's already pit once because he started on the mediums.
There you go. He's in. He knows that they're not going to go to the end. He knows they're not going to go to the end. He knows they're not going to go to the end. He's going to struggle.
But what's he going to switch to? Switching to mediums here
Yep.
is just, hopefully he's got a new set of hards. Yeah, he's coming out on a new set of hards. Maybe. I don't know. I can't see the stripe.
No, mediums.
Now he's gone to the mediums. So he's going to have 14-lap-old mediums, which are sketchy at best.
They'll go to the end.
But they'll go to the end.
He'll have 2 laps on the safety car or 1 lap on the safety car. That will push to 18, and then he's only got to do 12 laps. Easy. And they'll be a quick tyre as well. They'll be very, very quick. So, yeah.
Yeah, Haas have definitely turned their night around with that.
Oh, Legham has, definitely. He did. And
yeah,
P8. Great position. Let's look at some position changes, and I'll leave that over to you. At the moment, we are going to be coming close to the top of the day as well.
We got out of the top 10, Shifty's made the biggest moves from his start position, up 6 spots to P2. Whiff Matif's gone up 3, Plugger's dropped 1, Daniel T's dropped 1, Zoo's dropped 1, Bolts has dropped 4. But as we've seen throughout the entirety of this race, is those top 6, 7, they've changed it around a lot. Anything can happen. Legham, he's gone up 12 spots, but I do feel he's going to have to pit some point soon. Sebi has come up 7 spots from P16 where he started. Angus has stayed P10. Marzi's up a spot. Sutsy's up 5. Quasi Reet's up 5. And then under that, from P14 onward, Trio Kev stayed the same. And as we've said throughout the night, both Alpines have dropped. Ferraris are dropped, and Red Bull is just not their night. That is for sure.
Yeah, it's an interesting one at the moment with what's been happening and the drama that's been going on. But we've got a few guys obviously on the hards that will be able to go to the end. And then obviously a few guys going on to the mediums as well. And are we going to see another safety car causing a little bit of a storm at the end of this race as it is coming to halfway, well, nearly finishing up. Where when we get to round lap number 19, we'll have 10 laps of racing left. And it's getting and what an end it's going to be, because we've got a massive DRS train now, and Shifty Flight pushed himself up into P2, and you've got that situation at the moment with the Mercedes and McLaren in the overall. Shifty Flight in front of the Mercedes, and Angus in front of the McLaren of Marzi. So yeah, interesting there, as Angus is on those 5 laps and Marzi's on those 8 laps, and then Marzi has 2 medium runners behind on 5 and 2. So going to be interesting there. Point penalties could come to tuition here. We've got Legham on 3. We've got Sebi on 6. Satsi on 3. Quasi Ray on 3. And Hennessy on 6 as well. So anything can happen. Anything can happen in this race. And we've also got the Williams down there in P7 and P4. And we've got the Kicks in P5 and P1. Are we going to have the Williams and the Kicks go head-to-head tonight? That's going to be the interesting one as well, with still a long way to go in this race, and still an opportunity for another safety car to come out. Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very close race. I don't think it's going to be one team against another. I think we're going to see these top 7 drivers just throw their elbows out and go at it in a melee for P1, P2, and P3. Safety cars in this lap. Is Whiff Matif going to catch Shifty sleeping? Or is Shifty going to be on point here and know when to go? Whiff is kind of cruising along though, and he's kind of caught the back of the safety car, so doesn't look like he's bunching the pack up too much. He'll probably just go, and
he's gone.
He's waited till the front straight, and he's gone.
Do you know if that was the right way to go about it?
And then we got Nova King and Squash Josh in a bit of an incident at the back. Not too sure what happened. Looks like Squash Josh is missing the front left end plate.
Again.
And Nova King doesn't have any damage, but back up at the front. Whiff and Shifty is right behind by half a second. Then Plugger, Daniel T, Bolt, Zoo, and Dito. And Legham should be mentioned, but he's going to be on, what is that? 11 laps, 18, 19 lap medium, so he's definitely going to have to come in.
Yeah, there's going to be drama here going on here as Legham goes miles off the track.
We've seen some wide. Dito's gone wide.
Oh, we've got drama going on here. We've got 4 wide, 3 wide. Look how many people are going wide. Oh, we've got the Mercedes and the Haas of, it looks like Legham has lost that front left plate there. So his race may have gone from bad to worse as he can't turn the car. Look at that. He has to go miles off the track. Doesn't want to get close to his teammate. Drops all the way down to P13 from P7. Absolute drama there for the Haas driver of Legham. Losing that front left plate. Going a little bit further back up to the top. Are we seeing any changes? No, we're not. We're still seeing Whiff Matif leading this way. Is he going to do the double? This is going to be the big thing here. He won in Zandvoort. Is he going to be able to take this win here? As Legham has gone into the wall. And that's another safety car. And
now, what is going to happen, right? So we've got all these hard tire runners, and it's quite clear everybody's getting towy. There's a bit of contact. Even in the cams, you can hear the cars banging and clanging together. Are we going to see these guys duck in for a set of fresh mediums if they've got them? Or are they going to stay out on these arguable, 5-lap-old tires? The game may say 9 laps, 8 laps, but they've only done, 3 laps of racing on these tires? With the amount of safety cars we've seen. So, Whiff Matif, I reckon, is going to set the tone here and see what happens in the pits.
Yeah,
because if he ducks in, I reckon a whole bunch of other drivers duck in. It's going to be a follow the leader scenario.
It is. Do you go to the end there? You got 10 laps now. Do you go onto the mediums and risk it? This is the thing. Do you risk it for the biscuit? Every single person is on the hard compound tires from P1 down to P10. It will be literally 9 laps to go when he comes around the corner. Question is he going to do it? No, he dummies it. Shifty Flight doesn't.
Looks like everybody.
No one does. Yep,
everybody's staying out. I think that's the appropriate call. Nobody goes in. I mean, like I said, these tires may say they're 8, 9, 10 laps old, but they've only done 3 laps of racing. So as far as tire wear goes, they're probably looking pretty good at the moment.
Yeah, and unfortunately, keep seeing all these safety cars at the moment. It's been obviously 2 in quick succession, which is unfortunate at the moment. We are going to come up close to driver of the day, which we'll be doing in the next 5 laps, which is going to be an interesting one because I know we can't be biased, but Shifty Flight's had a fantastic race tonight, and he's kept in that P2 position from jumping Bolts and Daniel T and Plugger earlier on. And also Zoo's had a very, very good race as well tonight. So, yeah, and Angus has made himself back up, trying to make his way back up through the pack as well. He's got in front, obviously, of Marzi. He's on 2 laps fresher than Marzi in that P10 position. But Sebi has done a fantastic job. But he does have that penalty. Dito dropping himself down into P8. Still one to watch out for as well. But what's your thoughts for driver of the day at the moment? Who would be...
Well, like you just said, if we're not allowed to be biased, but Shifty Flight definitely gets the mention. That would be my choice if I were to have one. Like you said, Sebi up nine spots. Definitely played the strategy game correct. But unfortunately, he does have that penalty heading his way. Satsi up 6. It's anybody's race. Like Satsi, I believe, has gotten through most carnage unscathed. I think he did have to change a wing at one point, but if I had to throw a name in the hat, it would be Shifty Flight for tonight.
Okay, interesting. Obviously, comments coming for say with. Yeah, no, he's done a good job. I think Zoo is got to be name mentioned. I think this is one of his best performances of the season, I think, so far. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how he goes there. Still got no penalties on 9 lap hards. 2 lap fresher than the top 2, and then in front of him on the top 3 as well after that of Plugger, Daniel T and Paul Saru. So right in the mix of it, he is on the earlier tyres. Same with Dido and Angus. So going to be very interesting to see how this is going to go. But we've had a lot of drama tonight, haven't we? We've had people that have gone from the bottom into midfield, then back from the midfield back to the bottom. We look at Legham early on, how it had a fantastic start. Got that damage, that really hurt him. Squash Josh, unfortunately, he's not had the night tonight in that Red Bull. Same with his other teammate of Arcade Gaming. And the Ferraris, well, they'll be lucky to get any points. They've just not had the race tonight. And Terence, up there in P7, now down into P15. How things have changed very, very quickly there, Thunderballs, with the Alpines, especially the TP of Terence.
Yeah, and safety car is coming in this lap, but let's see if Whiff backs him up, unlike the last safety car restart. Yeah, this race has been a bit carnage, to be honest. Almost akin to the F1 that we saw in Australia this last week. Lots of safety cars, lots of carnage. Definitely not as many retirements, but we've seen tons of position changes in this race. So it's still, anything can happen. We've got 8 laps of racing to go. Whiff is definitely, doesn't look like he's bunching them up again. So it's a cruisy start through to the finish line, finish straight, and he's gone.
Oh, look at this. We've got moves going on. Oh,
big spread.
Zoo's gone for the move. Zoo's gone for the move on Plugger. And he's caught Plugger napping and Zoo up into P3. Great move there from Zoo. Fantastic there. Up into P3. Shifty Flight now to P2. With Matif into P1. Wow, what a move there from Zoo. He caught the Mercedes napping. We've got a bit of drama going on there. As Boltsaru goes on the outside. Sebi on the inside there. And Sebi making moves as well. What a night for Sebi. Unfortunately, he does have that penalty. That is really going to hurt him, that 6 seconds, which is really unfortunate there. Boltsaru, and he's gone down into P7. Dido trying to get through the pack as well. Now it's all about following the other packs and trying to keep out of drama. Crazy Beat making a little bit of a mistake there. Marzi dropping down into P12 now. There's a lot going on in this midfield pack right at the back there. Marzi into P12. Hennessy now making the attack and going around the outside. Has no front left plate though, so has been racing with that no plate for quite some time. Going back up to the front, I still can't believe what Zoo did. That was phenomenal from the Aston Martin driver there, Thunderbolts.
Yeah, have a drink, mate. Get your voice back. But yeah, definitely Zoo timed it absolutely perfectly. And the thing about this is as soon as you make that right-hand turn onto the front straight, the start-finish line is almost right there. So if you get the jump, you don't need to hold back the throttle. It's not a track, with the start-finish line halfway down the straight, like Melbourne, for instance. It's right at the beginning of the straight. You can just pretty much send it. And if you get the whole shot, as it's known in drag racing, coming out of the corner, well, it's all yours for the taking. And Zoo caught Plugger napping, and
Oh, there's
Just put the
carnage.
elbows out, took
Oh,
P3,
there's
and there's
carnage.
carnage in the back.
There's carnage at the
It
back.
looks like Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence has lost
Yeah,
it at the back.
Terrence. And this backpack is just swaying down the straight. Jukes, going wide, going too wide through there, through the chicane. Lots of bumping. RK goes super wide coming out that uphill right-hander. This is going to be tickets for days. And whoever the Div 3 manager is, you might want to put that division chat on slow mode now.
It's been interesting, hasn't it? It's been interesting for Division 3. It's not been normally
Certainly
this
has. But
aggressive.
Plugger,
Yeah, got Zoo.
Plugger has gone back around Zoo.
He's got Zoo. He's got them there with the DRS. So, yeah. Oh, we've got drama going on again. And Terrence is round again. No, it's Juke's round this time. Alpine's not having the night. True Kev's gone round. Squash Josh again. Involved in another incident. Or involved in an incident. Going around the outside there. Just not having the night tonight in that Red Bull. 24 laps out of 29. We're now going on to back up to the front here. What is Zoo going to do? Zoo is my driver of the day for myself. I think he's had a fantastic night tonight, and he will be my nomination, and I will let Thunderballs choose who he's going to pick here. But Plugger is going to go for a move on Shifty Fight. Look at this, a 3 wide on lap 25. Plugger, does he get the job done? Yes, he does.
What a move.
Gets the job done. Shifty Fight into P2, Zoo into P3. There's loads of things going on behind there. With the driver of the day, who's on board? Who are we jumping on board with? Whiff. Want to jump on board with Whiff? Here we go. We've got to on board on Whiff. What a race! Round the outside. Ooh, round the outside. He's going side by side with Daniel T. This is getting exciting. This is getting exciting now. Zoo into P3, Shifty Fight into P2, Plugger into P1. Is Plugger, has he gone too early though? That's the question, Thunderballs. Has he gone too early for the win for this race? Lap 25,
Well, see, they can
29.
Yeah, see, they can do the DRS swap a few more times throughout this race. There's what is there? 2 DRS zones, and we can see him try and pull away, but I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. As we see Daniel T pick up a 3-second pen, and that's going to just throw him down positions, given where everybody's at in this race. So my driver of the day, literally, you can pick any of the top 3. I said it was Shifty.
Yep.
Yeah, I said it was Shifty earlier, so I'm going to go with that one. And I do want to see him try and pull up forward, being a McLaren teammate of mine, but I think he's had a phenomenal drive. He's kept it clean.
It's in the back of Daniel T. He's lost the front right plate. His race is over. That's it. He's going to struggle now. He's lost that front right plate. He goes for the move there on Daniel T. Does he get the job done? The thing is, he's not going to be able to have the turning ability. This is going to be the question there. And he's going to go around the outside.
No, and Daniel T takes him on the inside.
In the car. He's got no
and
front
then here we go,
plate.
Sector 3.
Oh, so he's all...
Yeah, Sector 3, and he's got Boltsaru behind him. Does Bolts have...
Here comes out.
Bolts is missing his end plates as well, both of them. So it looks like Kick are not going to be able to progress further.
Safety car.
Another safety car.
Oh, who's going to risk
see
it?
the yellows
Who's
drop.
going to risk it? Shifty Fly risked it. Oh, Shifty Fly.
Are you serious?
Shifty Fly risks it. Hennessy gets a drive
Mate.
through. Oh, this is drama. Why is it? Oh, 3 laps to go. This is.
I don't think that was the right call. I think that's going to... Both McLarens in the pits. I think that was a wrong call from McLaren. Because when this safety car ends, there's going to be maybe 2 laps of racing.
Oh, this is it. This is it.
And so Marzi's come out on softs, Shifty's out on mediums. You know, everyone above them has old tires, but 2 laps of racing, that's an awful lot to ask.
Yeah.
To come through the mid pack. I think that, yeah, I don't think that was on. Maybe they expected the other drivers to pit and they just stayed out, but
No, so
I think a safety car this late, I don't know what caused it. Looks like maybe it was I genuinely have no idea what caused that safety car. I missed it.
Oh, it was Legham. Remember, most of the tyres aren't that old, as there's been multiple safety cars, so barely will be used. There's your message in there from Dynasty. If I got a Ferrari strap, yeah, well, that's what Lamb's saying there. Shitty fights. Put him in some loose. He's still in a good position. He's gone on the medium compound tyres. I'm surprised he hasn't gone on the softs with 3 laps to go. I would have pushed the softs. I think he's gone on the wrong tyres. I think that might have hurt him there. But look at this. Arcade Gaming up into P10. Squash Josh up into P15. You know, Boltsaru dropping all the way down into P13 now. Sutsy up to P6. Dido now still in P8. Daniel T into P3. Zoo into P2. Zoo. Ooh, Zoo's got to get driver of the day on this. He's been absolutely phenomenal tonight. We do have, obviously, the votes coming in. I really don't know how this race is going to go.
I think it's also should be noted, these penalties are going to throw these drivers so far down the pecking order. Daniel T is going to go down. Sebi is down 9 seconds. Sutsi, Quasi-Reet down 3 each. And then RK's got a drive-through. So RK and Hennessy, they're going to be P18, P19 come the end of this race. Because as you know, serving that drive-through is just going to kill it with this little time to go.
Yeah, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. You've got 10 minutes of driver of the day, which we will start. We'll start that on lap 28. But what a night this has been. A lot of drama, a lot of incidents, a lot of accidents. I'm surprised we've only got one DNF, unfortunately, Legham, which unfortunately doesn't serve that 20 seconds, so that's not gone to plan for him tonight. Terrence, so unfortunate for him. Had such a good start there and dropping all the way down into P19. Jux as well, obviously in the points at the moment, as Squash Josh looks like could be at the points. I think the stewards are going to be quite busy there. I can't believe we're looking at Boltsaru down there in P13. And we've got the safety car coming in. Marzi on them soft compound tyres. He's going to be very, very quick. But if he can stay within, most of these guys at the front, then McLaren's are going to be in some good points, because the rest of the guys at the front have
they'll jump
penalties.
Yeah, they'll jump a minimum of 5 spots, and that's just on the pens. And here's where it's all going to come down to: is Plugger going to bunch this group up? It seems like he's not, and the safety car in is probably one of the slowest portions, so it's actually hard to get the jump as a safety car leader.
Well, we're about to get underway. And
we'll see what happens. Is Plugger going to catch Zoo sleeping? And he's off. He hit it on the apex. Nobody was really caught sleeping. But he's managed to pull away a little bit. But is it going to be enough? We've got 2 laps to go. It's basically a DRS train from here to the finish of the race. We've got 2 drivers that need to serve drive-through penalties, or they'll be DSQ'd, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, he's out.
Hennessy. And then Hennessy, he's just put it in the wall.
Yeah, he's lost it into the wall there. Shifty Flight up in the P11. Arcade Gaming, though. So look at this. He's being attacked by both McLarens. Oh, look at this. Marzi goes round the outside. He's on the quicker... Sorry, Shifty Flight's on the quicker tyre there. And, yep. Oh, this is a bit of drama going on here. Arcade goes round the outside, gets onto the curb, loses it there. Oh, there we go. Marzi down into P13. On them softs cannot get through this pack. Shifty Flight up in a P10 now, putting the pressure on Angus. And we're going back up to the top because Zoo is right behind Plugger and is ready to make the move. The question is, we've got more drama going on here. Shifty Flight going side by side with the Mercedes of Angus. Stays in behind at the moment, goes for the switch, goes round the outside. Does jump down, Angus goes wide. Shifty goes round the outside. Oh, Boltsaru has hit the back of the McLaren and hit his front plate now. So both kicks have lost their plates on both of their cars. Shifty Flight up at a P9 now. He's putting the pressure on. Then his car's going all over the place. So we've got a Nova King going off the track there. Marzi, can he get through this pack on them soft compound tyres? That's the question at the moment. Back to you, Thunderballs. Drama in the midfield there, and still drama as Terrence looks like he could be round again. Yes, he is. He's gone into the wall. Oh, and drama for him. But Plugger leading the way. Over to you, Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it looks like Plugger is going to be taking this one home. He does have Zoo right on the back of him by a half second, and then Daniel T. But Daniel T's got a 3-second penalty. I don't know if they're going to try and appeal that. Zoo's bumped into the back of Plugger, kept his wing,
Who's going to go
hit a
for
bit
it?
of the curb on the exit. That's going to slow him down through the second DRS zone. But he still has DRS. He's going to try and catch Plugger.
He's going to go around the outside. He's going to go around the
I don't
outside.
think he'll be able to get the move done. He's going the outside. Does he have the traction?
Oh,
No, he can't make it stick.
can't. No. Oh, Plugger went so slow through the corners there, and he is gonna. Looks like he's gonna hold on to it unless there is any incidents involving the Mercedes driver of Plugger.
His tires probably aren't even warmed up yet.
No, they're probably not. But
looks like we got Plugger heading around the last turn. Angus picks up 3 seconds just before the race end. So we got Plugger, Zoo, Daniel T. Whiff takes a spot in third. Shifty Flight goes fastest lap of the 125.060. Up to P4.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Marzi up to P8. Dita, both Williams, P5, P6. Good showing by Williams there. Kick in a P3 and P7. Then we just got Terrence. And RK somehow has another drive-through.
Oh, wow.
And I think that's going to be looked at because I think RK actually came through the pits on the final lap, but I'm not certain. And Game awards Sutsi as driver of the day. But chat, what do you think? Throw your votes in, chat. Who do you want to get driver of the day? There is a poll up. It's either Zoo, Shifty Flight.
What a night. What a night that was. We got Plugger and I'm going to get Zoo in and P3, I think it was Whiff in the end as well.
Yeah, it was Whiff.
Wow, what a night. What a drama of a night there. It's gonna be interesting to have a conversation about this one because that that was not a free drama night, was it?
No, that was not a drama-free night. It was not a clean night. I'm not going to say it was dirty, but there was definitely a lot more safety car than racing at some points. I imagine the stewards are going to have a busy showing to work through some tickets after this. But lots of carnage, some unexpected results. As we saw, Red Bull just not really bringing home points, unfortunately, for them. A couple of points, yeah. But Merc drivers were spread out. It was just a wild night for results as far as teams go across the board. Like I said, Williams and Kick, they had a strong showing for their team. Look at them to close the gaps to those front two. And I do believe Williams may take constructors, or it'll be really close. I'm not sure where Angus finished, but it'll be really close for Williams after this weekend.
Yes, absolute drama there tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And we've still got people looking on for driver of the day at the moment. Currently, it's 6-1 on Shifty on Zoo to Shifty Flight, and I would definitely say that is definitely agreed on at the moment. It was an absolute fantastic performance from Zoo tonight. We are just waiting on Plugger to come through, but what a night of racing! Obviously, coming back to Division 3. It's normally been clean most all the season. I think it's probably one bad race that we've had this season. I think in Division 3, a lot of desperate moves there. Unfortunately, I did see. I am going to mention probably something that did happen there at the end of that race, which I will talk to obviously one of the drivers about. But Thunderbolts, it just had everything, didn't it? I'm surprised that we saw that many safety cars at such a wide track that you can't really make many mistakes, unfortunately.
I said it at the beginning of the race that, are we going to see everybody be a little bit toey because they want to get back into the seat and just do the best they can after the week off and watching the Australian GP? And, it was everyone wanted to make their moves there. We definitely saw a lot of impatience. And on the other side of things, we saw a lot of patience in some drivers. The top was working together. The top few were working together quite nicely at the beginning part of that race, and they kept it rather clean. But that mid and backpack, they just got elbows out and were like, "It's a bare knuckle brawl back here, boys."
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see. I think we saw 4 wide after that chicane into the second DRS zone, going onto that sweeping left-hander, and I don't know about you, but I was just waiting for the game red flag at that point.
Yeah, it did look like that. But we did get some great racing in the end when the safety car came out as well. And we are going to talk to those guys that did get onto the podium tonight. And obviously, starting up with P3 is the man in the Kicks Albert. You're probably looking at this situation with that this is probably points dropped because you looked like you were in control with your teammate of Bolts tonight. Take us through qualifying and your race tonight.
Yeah, quali it looked like we were miles ahead. I think we just got the toe right for a lot of it. But yeah, with the race, Bolts got quite a bit of damage from some not so smart moves. I know he got some when someone drove into the back of him, drove him into me, which gave him damage, and then I hit, I think, Daniel, and that gave me damage, so it wasn't great for either of us. Yeah, there was also a part where he got damage on the other side, which was, again, from a stupid move. So I'm not super upset about it, but yeah, there'll be some other pins.
Yeah, going from Zandvoort, obviously last week on your first win of the season, which was a fantastic win, and it's always good to see a different driver win it each week. Tonight, would you say that there was a lot of drivers that were quite eager to make positions that didn't need to be made? And we saw, obviously, there was a DRS train from the start very earlier on of 8 cars, and then we start to see the safety car come out quite a few times over a period of about 5 laps. And then also nearing the end, we see people get even more eager right at the end. Did you find that tonight that there was probably positions that didn't need to be targeted or made?
Yes. Yeah, there was a part where someone who I'm not going to mention here had overtaken, I think, 3 people under safety car before the timing line, which is against the rules by quite a lot. But yeah, one of those people was Bolts, my teammate. So yeah, people were very eager to make up some positions there.
Okay. Well, obviously, Melbourne's just finished, and we are going there next Wednesday. How are you feeling around Albert Park?
I'm shocking there. It's not one of my favourite tracks. Rather, it is one of my favourite tracks, but I'm not good at it. But yeah, I haven't really driven it too much on this game, which I should probably fix come next week.
Are we seeing the click now between you and your teammate of Bolts?
I think so. We saw that in some other races when he was driving for another team that we were pretty close at the front. So it's good to have a teammate that is also up there that I know we can work together with.
Oh, just in quali tonight, it looked like that bromance is there already. Very, 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 very impressive in all qualities tonight, and also in the race. And congratulations on the P3 with that. You still will be happy with that. It's probably one of those things that you think, oh, could have probably opportunity had winning the race, but you'll still be happy with the P3. So well done on that, and I'll pass you over to Thunderbolts.
Hey, Whiff, congratulations on P3. Second podium in a row, maybe more. And you said earlier that it's one of your least practiced tracks next week. Would you prefer to have conditions like we saw in the GP this last week, or the clear sunny day?
I mean, considering the rest of this grid, I wouldn't mind a wet race. But yeah, I know some people. Josh, he is rapid in the wet, so I know he didn't have a great race tonight and earlier races in the season, but if it's wet, he's definitely up there.
Yeah, we definitely saw in the quali that this division is very tightly packed, and everybody seems to have the same pace. It's good to see you have a teammate in Boltaroo, and you guys are working immensely well together. I think in Q2 and Q1 and even Q3, you guys were right next to each other, and that was really good to see up at the top. It's unfortunate there was a bit of argy-bargy. You lost some wings. Yeah, it's hard to discuss at the moment because I know a lot of things are going to be heading towards the steward's office. But yeah, it's still good. You put it in P3 and got on the podium. Congratulations to you, and hopefully see good things come your way in Australia.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Okay, right. Well, we'll go over to P2, and this is one of the guys' best finishes this season. Zoo, mate, what a performance that was tonight. You are my vote of Driver of the Day and the audience's vote for Driver of the Day, so congratulations. So, yeah, take us through qualifying in that race tonight.
So qualifying was quite good, I'd say. It went, especially because I had no tow, especially with a reserve driving instead of my teammate. So getting P5 with no tow was quite impressive and was probably better than I expected, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it was. It was very, very good, and that is also quite difficult at times. Obviously, having that extra car, there to help you with that tow, obviously gives you a bit more of an opportunity to get further up through the pack. But no, you made it through all the way through to Q3, so great job there. And then take us through the race. How did you find the race?
Well, the race was mostly mediocre until the final few laps, especially that one safety car restart where I gained 5 places. That was quite interesting to say the least. But before all of that, I think there was another safety car where I didn't pit, and then me and Dido were out in front, and we managed to benefit from that safety car. But unfortunately, I lost my wing like a few laps prior, which was quite devastating. And then after that, I really didn't think I could get anything higher than P5.
Well, that obviously changed, and we are going to talk about your safety car restart. Like, you absolutely timed that to perfection from where you were to get in front of Plugger. Like, take us through it, because obviously you only have a split time before to make that overtake before that crossing line on the safety car restart, and we see you going into turn one in front of Plugger. So, how did you do it, and how did you make it so clean?
Yeah, I think the person on in first probably checked up a lot, and that resulted in, I think, Plugger checking up also, which caused 5 people to just hit the brakes on the straight. And then I saw the yellow flag just the green flags go out, and then I just kept it full throttle and turned out, managed to gain 5 places.
Oh, well, you've done it absolutely fantastic. No, one thing we were looking at right at the end, because it looked like it was going to be a nice little battle there between you and Plugger for the win. We did see that Plugger put the brakes on very early, coming into the nice chicanes, and you were a bit hesitant of what to do. Did you think that put you off your line and you lost a little bit of ground? Because you were very, very close to him, and it looked like you hit the back of him. I don't know if you damaged any of the front wing, but can you give us a bit of an insight onto that last lap?
Yeah, the last two laps, I think, after the safety car was quite well played by Plugger. He managed to get a good start off the safety car restart, and then I think he gained around 5 tenths on that start. And then it was just trying to catch up from there and also maintain ERS while trying to catch up. And then I think on the final lap, I used like half of my ERS on that first straight, and then I realized he was also deploying his ERS, so I decided to back off. I think I hit his back, hit his rear just a little bit, but I didn't get any damage or anything. I decided to go for it into the next straight. He defended quite well, so fair play to him.
Yeah, no, he's obviously very good out the front there, knows what to do and what to defend. So, no, great job, mate. Best race for you this season, in my eyes. Absolutely fantastic race to get that P2. Some serious points for Aston Martin, and they've obviously had a very, very good few weeks as well. How are you feeling going out to Albert Park?
I really haven't raced around Albert Park that much, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. And this race was probably one of my only finishes out of the last 5 because I DNF'd so many times. So it was nice. Hopefully, we can keep the momentum going.
Well, great job, Zoo, and I'll pass you over to Thunderballs.
Congratulations, Zoo. I mean, SJ kind of touched on everything I was going to ask you about from that safety car restart. It looks like you just absolutely timed. Oh, good, mate. You timed it to perfection. It's a bit of a source of contention, maybe, but we'll find out. But from the broadcast, it looked like you just knew the exact moment when to push and put yourself into P2. I saw you come into contact with Plugger on that chicane that SJ asked you about just a second ago, and I was worried that you may have lost a wing there, but you didn't in the end. Did you think you were going to be able to push past him going into Sector 3? That's one of the most difficult sectors here, and if you're off the racing line, it can get very sketchy.
No, I think just after he managed to defend me going into Sector 3, I realized that probably won't be safe to go for a move. Just to take the points home and go to P2, especially with Daniel behind me, who had 3 seconds. Maybe he could get that removed. It was just important to defend from him.
Yeah, that's definitely the wiser call than to maybe DNF your car and maybe another car at the same time. But congratulations to you on the podium. Congratulations on Driver of the Day. You brought home good points for Aston Martin this week, and that's definitely something to be proud of heading into Australia next week. So good luck to you and Aston Martin in your preparation for Australia.
Okay, right. Well, we'll go over to our winner, and he has come back and dominated yet again, and this will be some massive points in the championship for this man in the Mercedes. Plugger, mate, that did not look easy tonight. You're probably going to say that's probably one of the worst races for Division 3 this season. It's been extremely clean and tidy, but tonight it felt like everyone wanted to overtake everyone, even the safety car. So take it away with qualifying and your race.
Gentlemen, how are we? Yeah, interesting one. One of my stronger tracks, so I wasn't too worried, but at the same time, I never really hit the front until the very end. So yeah, it could have gone either way. Qualifying was all right though. We yeah got through to Q1 and Q2. I was a little worried actually. Sorry, got through from Q1 to Q2 okay, and then I retired a bit early in Q2 going into Q3, but nevertheless, we made it. And then I actually was disappointed. I should have put it on pole. I stuffed up the last sector in my final lap. So I think I lost pole to bolts by 3 thousandths. So that was nice and tight.
That is correct.
Yeah, so it was a close one there. And I was actually up 3.5 tenths halfway through the lap. And I think I finished 2.5 tenths. So I had another tenth, I reckon, in it. But anyway, Race was, I mean, I avoided most of it. There was a bit of chaos, other than the safety cars were very frustrating. I pitted and then the safety car came out, as it has done multiple times this season on me. Just as soon as I pit, safety car comes out. And then I think we got going for a lap, and safety car came out. And I think we got going for another lap, and the safety car came out. Each time I was considering boxing, but I only had hards. So if I had mediums, I reckon I could have or would have thought about it a little bit more. But track position here, we're also bunched up because of the multiple safety cars, and I think I'm not too sure where Shifty Flight ended up finishing, but he pitted. He was just behind me. He pitted for new mediums, I think, and struggled to make his way up through the field. But hats off to Angus as well. I think he was down there on old softs, and Shifty was behind him, so I think he did his best to make it a little bit harder for him. I mean, there'll be a few tickets, I reckon, gentlemen. A few tickets around.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a few tickets, I reckon. Sorry, SJ.
No, you're good.
Um,
Definitely, I
but
think
I want to.
you
Go
want to
ahead,
jump in.
you.
You want to jump in. You're eager to jump in. Go on.
Well, I wanted to say congratulations on your third podium win. Like, that's his third win of the season. He's the first to grab 3 in any diff.
Don't give him an ego. Come on. Remember who you're driving for, Thunderbolts. Remember who you're driving for.
I'm trying to be bipartisan here in this box.
You can't, mate. You can't.
But yeah, it's definitely an accomplishment. And to answer the question, Shifty Flight ended up P4. He was able to get back up there. Unfortunately, not back into a podium spot. But it's your third win, and looks to be your div, and you look like the racer to beat in Div 3. How do you feel going into the home Grand Prix?
Terrible. My worst track by a long margin. So I think I need to find a better setup, because every time I go there, I come away with penalties, not tickets, but time penalties from warnings. So might do some practice there this week. But I mean, we'll just aim for top 5. That's sort of the aim. Every race is to get top 5. If you get top 5, there's not too much damage in terms of points. I think last round was my first non-top 5 finish for the year. So just looking to continue on that form.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty solid advice to give yourself, and solid goals to set. And I'm sure you and Angus will be working together to get your times down and start driving through Albert Park penalty free, so to speak. And I'll pass you over to SJ.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Thunderbolts. I know he was eager to talk to you. You could tell. I could just hear it in the background. But it's all good. No.
We go back. We go way back.
That's right.
Who?
That's right.
You and Plugger.
Yep. The old days, mate. We
right,
reconnecting.
Okay.
I reckon he would have been pretty excited to watch to commentate. I reckon he wouldn't have done Div 3 if I wasn't racing. So.
Oh, as if.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to give yourself a bigger head, but it's not you that he wants to be with in the comms box, mate. Even though I'm 75% there, back to health now. But no, enough of stroking each other's egos. Going into that race, obviously, Mercedes didn't have the best of weeks. Struggled, I think, in 2, 4, and 6, I think it was. And obviously McLaren have had some strong weeks, obviously this week. So did you feel that this was a race that you needed to bounce back and try and keep that momentum going on? Because it is a force at the moment, and it is a force to obviously catch up and keep up with you at the moment. Did you feel that tonight was the opportunity to try and get those consecutive points?
It was one of my stronger tracks. It has been for a while. So I actually felt probably more calm than ever, and that's probably a bad thing for me. I'd rather have the pressure on me. I think if you call from the podcast, I like being the one that's being challenged. And so I guess coming into it, I probably was too calm. But coming or not qualifying first and sort of sitting mid pack helped that. I knuckled down pretty hard there and and just stayed clean. I think when there's chaos happening around, it's important to just stay calm. And Pep was doing a good job at just making sure I didn't lose my head a couple of times. So I appreciate him being there for us, for Angus and I. But yeah, Mercedes have had a reasonable round. We're trying to consolidate some points, I guess. Div 5, I think we got the win. So yeah, still not the worst, but it's a good thing to finish off the round as we have done with Div 3 with the win there. So yeah, we'll see where Angus ends up. I reckon there'll be a couple of penalties handed out that maybe he'll get up the order and help us out there. But yeah, it's quite obvious that ensuring we beat a McLaren or at least get a few spots ahead of them is important to us at the moment. But of course, it's still anyone's game. We're so early in the season that I think focusing on one team is not where we're at. It's more just focusing on getting some good points for the divisions, which is not necessarily winning, but getting. I think Div 2, for example, I think we got 4 and 6 or something like that, and they're solid points. You can get 2 drivers up the top of the order.
No, it's been fantastic so far for yourself, getting those player places and that as well. But obviously tonight it didn't look easy. Obviously we saw the dominance from Kick Sauber tonight. Obviously with Bolts and with in qualifying and also in the race, and we saw the DRS train was. From P1 down to P8, and then obviously on the last lap you had to fight off Zoo, who obviously notified us that he had a little bit of damage. So it's not becoming easy, is it, for yourself to win each race, because you're making yourself probably through P3 and then up into P1 in the last couple of laps, which is obviously what you want to do. But are you feeling the pressure with some of the guys behind, like Dido and Daniel T and the Kicks and now Zoo and Shifty Fly? Are you feeling the pressure a little bit?
I'm not feeling too much pressure, just because that's just I guess myself, but I am conscious that I need to put in the effort to stay in front of them. It's not just an easy thing. So putting in the practice and making sure that I actually do some laps and do some race sim to maintain where I am in the position. But I think coming into each race, I know that I can win, but I know that I'm only one corner away from bidding it. So yeah, there's pressure on myself mainly, not from the others. The others, they're just there driving me forwards, which is good in a community sense, I guess, that I'm wanting to beat them because I'm a competitive little so just they're pushing me forward, I guess.
Well, when we
But they're
start,
not coming easy. No, they're not coming easy.
definitely not. I think the Williams and the Kick and the way the standings are going at the moment. Obviously, you had 133 points at the start of this race, and Dito's behind you with 118, and then with 90. So if you make one error, Dido just catches up to you again, or even or even Daniel T. So it's still not over it, and there's obviously 12 races still to go. So, which is making it more exciting every time. And then when you turn around and saying that next week Australia is not one of your fan favourites, and I've got to tell you that tyre wear there is absolutely OTT. It's over the top. It's going to be very interesting to see how people are going to run their tires and on a track that's completely different to Abu Dhabi. Not as wide, a lot more technical, but it's a very fast moving track as well.
Yeah.
Does that worry you a little bit going into Melbourne?
Yeah, naturally, just because, as I said, it's not a good track of mine. But we go for points damage limitation. I think Australia's one of those tracks though that you can really break open some gaps. So I guess going in, it's just stay with the front pack, stay clean, and break away from them with those extra DRS protection zones, and hope that we can just stay clean out the front
And get a good
but
qualifying position.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and you are right. Like, it's literally, if I crash and Dito wins, I've lost all the advantage that I've been working so hard to gain. so there's pressure there. But I think, thankfully for me, it seems to be that the others are making the mistakes at the moment. There's a couple of run-ins. I think Daniel, for example, I think might have even centered on Dito, or something happened, with Dito, and that pushed him back. Whiff, obviously, I think he went from first to fourth in one lap. So I don't know what happened with them, but point is that I've managed to stay out of that so far. So hopefully I can continue to do the same, and they might be able to continue doing what they're doing. That'd be nice for me.
Well, there you go.
And there's still drivers that aren't performing to the level that they can, like Josh, for example. He seems to have struggled so far this season, but I know that he's a really fast driver. So there's people that are down the order that can push really, really hard and challenge. So it's anyone's game each race, and I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah, definitely. And what we saw from Q1, and you're probably a little bit mesmerised by that tonight, 19 drivers all in the 23s.
Yeah, it was a real close qualifying for Q1. It was really impressive to see.
Well, we hopefully that number 20 next week doesn't let us down and puts it into the same as well, so we get everyone in the 23s. Plugger, mate, it's been a pleasure as always, mate. Great to obviously have some racing back. Congratulations on the win. Have a good week off, and we'll see you next Wednesday for Albert Park.
Thanks, guys. See you then.
Okay, Thunderballs, that is it. Done and dusted. The last race of the week. That was the last race before the Melbourne Grand Prix, but now it is over and done with, and we are heading over to Albert Park next week. And like we say, I think there's going to be some tickets pushed out a lot in this race. It was up and down. It was overtakes galore. It was safety car was probably doing more laps than the guys were. So a lot of drama tonight for Division 3 that we didn't see, which we haven't seen this season. So yeah, a bit disappointing, but also it was bound to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was definitely bound to happen. That first week back or first race back after a week off, you just want to do it. I mean, you watched the return of F1 this last weekend, and you just want to do it. You just want to get in. You want to go fast. You want to do the best you can. I think some eagerness got in the way, and some ambitions got in the way, and that definitely showed with the amount of safety cars that we had tonight, and the amount of spinneroonies that we saw, and wings, the fiberglass factories working overtime. But hopefully, and I'm sure it will be a bit cleaned up when we head to Albert Park next week for next race.
Yep, definitely. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much for everyone tuning in tonight. Big up to everyone that has resubbed, Edge, and also Two Door. Thank you very much for the follow there, Maxis. Also, Thunderballs, mate. Thank you very much for jumping onto the comms box for the second time. You're really starting to enjoy yourself in the comms box, which is great to see. And thanks for jumping on once again.
No problem at all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. As always, big up to our sponsors, our main sponsor, AI369. Feel free to click the comments or the link in the comments, and also to our other sponsors of Pagnium, SimLab, and also Speed Nation. Get amongst it. Get amongst the discount codes. Get amongst YouTube as well. Remember, all of our races are on Twitch for a period of time. But then they go on YouTube and stay there for the collection. So feel free to jump on our YouTube. It is www.youtube.com/Rush Racing League 08. Please get amongst it. Subscribe. It is free. You don't have to pay for anything. Just get amongst it. And just like some videos, comment on the videos, and enjoy some racing. Next up, we have Division 1 on Saturday night, where you'll be joined in the comments box by myself and someone else. I do not know who that is going to be as of yet, but they will be kicking off at round number 9 at Abu Dhabi that we've just seen tonight. So they are going to be doing Abu Dhabi. And then on Sunday, we're back with Division 4 and Division 2. But first up at Division 4, it is going over to Albert Park, where everyone has just been for the real Formula One, we're going back there for round number 9 for Division 2 and Division 4 on Sunday. On Monday, Division 5. On Tuesday, Division 6. And then on Wednesday, the last one of the week, which will be Division 3. And it's getting very, very close to our favourite time of the season. Yes, it is silly season. So get ready for that. There will be rules going out into the Discord on Friday so it'll be Friday from round 9. So keep an eye out on that. But thank you very much for tuning in. As always, a quote to leave you, as I always do. Plugger has hit the number 3 on the head with 3 wins this season, the most out of anyone across all divisions currently. Who is going to get the 4th one next week at Albert Park? Or will it be Plugger or will it be someone else? We'll have to wait and see. But until then, we'll see you soon. Good night.